Hey, so we're here at the Ocearch. We're going to go inside and take a little tour in just a second. The Ocearch is a research vessel that tracks and studies sharks. They were in Norfolk for a few days before their latest expedition. I'm excited to share this with you just in time for Shark Week. Let's check it out.
Sharks. It's the methods that we use that make it possible to be successful and have the data that we have. So our method is actually to take the animal out of the water entirely. So we catch a shark, we don't do it over the side of the boat or anything like that. We actually take the animal out of the water, and that gives these scientists this hands-on access to an animal, thus being a 3,000-pound white shark. Okay. So, and the way we do that is with this ship. And it's a very special ship. We're the only one like it. So, the star of the show here is this platform right here. So, blue wall to blue wall, to blue platform, and that big old tower. That edge goes down into the water. It lowers down to like right here, so you can chest deep the water if you're standing in it. At that point, the contender drives right along the outside. Captain Brett jumps into the water. We steer the shark into it, and then up. Raise it up to about deck height. Once we get it on deck height, we put a cool, wet towel over the animal's eyes to kind of keep them calm, like blinders on a horse, essentially. It just keeps them relaxed. And then that big white fire hose over there. We put that in the animal's mouth to keep them breathing, so it keeps water rushing over their gills and keeps them breathing. And then once they're out of the water, you would think they'd be like thrashing around and everything. Really calm, because they're comfortable. At which point our science team jumps on the lift once it's been cleared, and they take all the samples that they need. So this goes from blood samples, muscle tissue samples, fin clips, slime samples, parasite samples. You check their teeth, see if anything's falling out of there. Things like that. So every animal gets about 12 different research projects done on it. We install some tags. So one of them is an internal acoustic tag, and the other is a Spot 5 tag, which is a GPS transmitter, and that's actually installed right on top of the dorsal fin. Good. All right, let me show you some more stuff. Welcome to the tackle bar. It is called the tackle bar because it is where all of our tackling gear is. And it's the one we'll use it for sharks.
So, there's a few reasons why we're using hand lines. It's better for the shark. Instead of getting in a long, drawn-out battle where the shark is stressing himself out and getting unhealthier, we actually are able to control the battle from the very beginning. Even on believe it or not, even on a 4,000-pound shark, we can have them under control in less than 10 minutes. And it's mostly just letting them go. They'll run out. We have a basket full of line. The size of the hook and the strength of the hook, we use 5X hooks so they don't bend out. And strong cable, and we use rope. And a real big shark will even go to a larger hook.
Oh my gosh.
But they don't have to be a really enormous shark for us to choose to do that. But what happens is the shark will take off, the line will dump out of the basket. Now in shallow water, which most of the sharks are fishing are in shallow water, so they'll take out across the surface of the water, basically. They're not going down. So we'll let them go out, we'll run in front of them in the boat, pull in the slack line until he's right up the stern, and then put a lot of pressure on them. And since they can't put on the brakes, they can't be like a stubborn mule, the only option they have is to try to turn again. And then we can put a lot of pressure on them. If it starts to feel like it's going to bend a hook or do some kind of damage to our tackle or even the shark, we'll dump line again, go right back in front of them, use the speed and the power of the boat to get out in front of them and just outmaneuver them, pull that slack back in, get right off in front of them again, and they learn. It's a learned helplessness. Because there's nothing else they can do. They just settle in, and so you're able to get them under control in real short order. So there's never really a fight. They tried to run from you, and all of a sudden you end up in front of them. They run from you, and you end up in front of them. So you don't have a long, drawn-out battle. So we'll be able to feed them slack line, and sometimes they have a belly of 5 or 6 foot belly of line behind them, and they're just following the bubbles of the boat because they've learned that fast. So.
Wow.
So at that point, they're already recovering. We bring them up onto the deck. We're able to prove that that's the best method because we take blood as soon as they come up onto the deck. So the first thing we do is take blood. And then the last thing we do before we release them 15 minutes later is take blood. So we're able to assess the stress markers in their blood to see how stressed they are. And it's far better than any other form of capture that anybody else has come up with. Rod and reel, long line, netting, all has high stress shown in their blood. Where when they come up on the deck, there's close to baseline. Is it's really hard to get a baseline, but it's very low stress compared to anything else I've seen. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, you can explain that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to. All right, cool. So back to the text. All right. So I was telling you guys earlier about the GPS tag that goes on the tracker. These are So take one, pass it around. So the way they work is, as you can see, there's a little copper receptor on the top and the bottom of each one. So when you submerge that in salt water, it creates a current that actually cuts them off instead of on. So what happens is when it's underwater, like I was telling you guys earlier, it's completely useless, essentially. So then, when it comes out of the surface of the water, it breaks that current that those copper things, receptors have created, and fling, sends a signal up to the satellite. And when it sends that signal to the satellite, so like pretend this is the water. I know it's an arm, it's working here. Ping. That's just a Z ping. That just says, hey, I'm alive and I'm swimming. Awesome, bud. That's what we like. But if it comes out, for 90 seconds, then we get like GPS location. And then that's what you guys can see. So on our website, Ocearch.org, there's a shark tracker. You guys can track all of our sharks right there. There's also an app you can get on your phone called Global Shark Tracker. And that's what you're seeing on that tracker is these tags right here. Welcome to the wheelhouse.
Much boat, very sharp. Much boat, very sharp.
Ocearch has even tagged a shark and named it Hudson, which is my last name if you didn't know. You can track their sharks on Ocearch.org. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so I can see you next week.